Hey guys, okay, I know it's been a long time since I made a video, but I have a lot to tell you, but not right now. Anyway, last week I was on to new things within Christ consciousness and Christ. He gave me a new set of options after this brutal episode I had with him, and had a dream that night where I was walking down a hallway with all these doors, and I just walked by all the doors like I did it 1,000 times. And then I was leaving out a side door, and I was going down the stairs, and all of a sudden I stopped, and I realized I saw something on the door. So I went back and I looked at the door in the hallway, one of the last doors in the hallway, and it said unknown / extraterrestrial on the door. And so I caught it, and I woke up, but I was still hanging in that dream. I was still there. So I turned around and I went back in the door, and all of a sudden Christ goes, "I wouldn't do that if I were you. There's not good things in there." And I'm like, "Extraterrestrial," and I go, "It's there." And I go, "You put that there. You put that door there for me." And he goes, "Yeah, it's an option I gotta take, but he says it's not a good option." I'm like, "Whatever. You want me to stop seeking and exploring, then I'm going in the door and you can show me what's in there." And he goes, "There's about 175,000 stories in there. Do you want them all?" I said, "Yep, I'll start with the good ones first." So, anyway, to make this long story short, I got 2 stories I had last night from entering that doorway. He gave me 2 experiences that happened that was witnessed by Christ, which means people that are Christian in the past had experiences. They died. That experience goes to Christ. Stuff like that. So all your experiences, if you have an unknown experience of extraterrestrials and stuff like that, and you die, well, that experience goes to Christ. He logs it and puts it in the doorway. Unknown extraterrestrials. So I had 2 unknowns last night. No extraterrestrial. Hopefully I'll get some extraterrestrial. I'm hoping. But here we go. The first story is, I'm just going to tell you the dream and then I'll explain it. The first story is, I'm walking and I'm in England, I think, or UK or Poland, one of them European big cities. I don't know which one. And I'm walking down a ramp that looks like it's going to a subway or underground tunnel, but it's public. It's early in the morning. It's public. Yeah, and there's 2 bathrooms, a male and a female, on my left. And I went in the bathroom. I looked around. There was nothing going on because I feel like a cop. I feel like I'm a cop, and I got a report of some activity going on down here. So I went down. I looked in the bathrooms, looked in the stalls. No, nothing. And I heard the dead bodies or something, right? And then I kept on walking farther and farther. All the lights were off in this tunnel, subway tunnel or whatever. And I came upon, there's a pillar in front of me, to my left, like a round pillar that holds up the streets. A pillar. Anyway, this pillar was all tiles, like red tiles, square tiles stuck all the way around it. And the wall was red tiles with cement on the lower part. And I'm walking, I'm looking, and it's pitch black in there. And the lights should be on. The lights should be on. And I noticed a big black chain, a big black iron chain. And it was laying there, and there was streaks of blood from the chain. And I got closer, and it's dark, and I could see. And finally, I get into enough light, and I see a pool of blood on the cement. And this chain is this long chain, and it was pretty thick. It was a pretty thick chain. It was black and like iron, and the chain was swept through the pool of blood on the ground, like it was all over and where there was no pooling blood, the chain spread blood pattern on the cement of this subway tunnel. And then I walk up, I get closer, I'm scared as shit. I am scared because I'm like the first one in here, and whatever is made does this blood. And I look, and all of a sudden I see at a pillar, there's chain wrapped around the pillar, like not near the ground, but way up high. I walk up and I look, and there's 4 pillars. And I walk past the pillar, and there's 4 skeletons covered in blood and hunks of meat hanging down. And there's a skeleton on each pillar. And they all been skinned, and all the meat has been taken off the people, and they've been hoisted up about, they're above my head, whatever that was. They're up close to the ceiling, chained, wrapped around each one of these skeletons, black chain wrapped around each one of these skeletons on 4 pillars, and there was 4 corpses, all perfectly lined up on these 4 pillars. And I looked, and all of a sudden, as soon as I saw what happened to the people, my fear kicked in. I freaked out, and I looked down the hallway because there's blood. The chain was going down into the darkness, down the subway tunnel with a blood flow. And I'm like, whatever killed these people is down there, and I'm not going, nope. And then I turned around, and I started to run out. And coming down was a girl. She was about 4.5, 5 feet tall. She was really chubby, and she was a girl cop. And she looked at me, and I looked at her, and I was like, get the hell out of here, right? And then we turned around, and we ran out. Now, she looked like, she was white European, I was white European. And this happened back, it seemed like, I have no idea. She had a cap on with little check marks around the top, like she was a cop or something like that. Anyway, I woke up from that. After I saw her, I woke up, and Christ says, they never found what did it. It was totally unknown. And he goes, and everything, he said a human or humans couldn't have done what was done to those people on the chains. And he goes, this has never been made public. This has been covered up by the government. They've never found an answer to what did this to these people. And he goes, they never found an answer, and a person couldn't have done what happened to them people. And I'm like, and all of a sudden I realized he was showing me an unknown about that door I went into. And he goes, you sick of that shit now? You want some normal stuff? And I'm like, no, more. So anyway, that was the first story. So what happened in that was I was reliving that person's experience. So that person died. The experience he had went to Christ, because he was a Christian, went to Christ, and Christ categorized it and vaulted it and wherever he does. And behind that door that I opened, I wanted to know I wanted to know all the secrets Christ had about unknowns and extraterrestrials. So that was an unknown. Now, in the dream, I was reliving that person's experience. I was seeing what he saw. That was one thing. That was the first one. The second dream I had, I lay back down, fell asleep, and I walk up to I was in a house, and I was a priest. I was a priest. And there was 2 or 3 kids, a husband and a wife. And they told me the whole house shook, and they found something downstairs. And they wanted me, because I was their priest, their local priest or whatever, to come down and take a look. The whole house shook. Noises and pounding, and so it was like a poltergeist or something, right? And they wanted me to come down and bless the house and all this stuff or whatever, and they were really scared. So I went downstairs, down the staircase into the basement where the big noise came and whatever they found. They said after they were in bed, the whole house shook, and then later they went downstairs and they saw this, and they're showing me now. And I'm standing, I'm looking at the cement basement, and right by the wall is where something seemed to have hit. Bam! Like really hard, like a meteor impact, okay? It came down real hard and smacked. But and it was long. Okay, I gotta explain it to you. I'm looking at it, and there was a crack. There was indentations like this in the flat cement in the basement. Whatever made the house shake made this imprint in the cement. Now I look closely at the cement. I'm down there and I'm looking at the cement, and the cement was like it was just poured. Now what I mean by that is it wasn't like the rest of the cement basement. It was morphed. Like whatever hit it changed okay, say I take my hand and I put it in the dashboard here, like this. Say I take my hand and put it in the dashboard, like that, and I take my hand away, and it's ripply, and it's indented of a hand shape, like that. But it's like liquid that went solid. And I saw from, hold on, and I saw in the cement, it was like rippled, but it was solid. It's like whatever hit it liquefied the cement, made an imprint, and then it solidified right a second, right after. So whatever it was hit the cement. It almost looked like a body, but it wasn't a body. It was just, it was more like it was oblong. And there was a crack through the middle, but there was no head, there was no arms. It was oblong and it had ripples and an indentation where it was. So if you fell from the sky and you came down and you smacked in the mud and you made the mud go and you have layers of mud around an impact spot where you hit. Well, that's what it looked like, but there was no body imprint. It was just a shape, an oblong shape. Anyway, with ripplees. And then it solidified back up. So whatever it was seemed to have hit, demolecularized the cement, and then instantaneously materialized it into the morphed shape that it made when it impacted. Now, I'm looking at this, and I walk over, and I get all the people, and we go upstairs. The next thing I know, I'm a different person, and I'm either a priest or a shaman or some kind of thing like that. And I'm there to get rid of this demon that's in the house. And this demon's pounding, destroying, moving shit, smashing everything. And I'm in America. I'm pretty sure I'm in America. And I don't know where, though. I'm standing there. We made a circle in the basement. The family, we're all holding hands, and I'm saying the prayers. And we're all holding hands. We're saying prayers. Then the kids left, and the mom left. It was me and the dad stayed in the house, and I had a bottle, a Pepsi bottle. And I took the Pepsi bottle, but I think it was plastic. Okay, plastic means something. But this is where it got kind of weirdy, dreamy sort of thing. Anyway, I had this bottle with a cap on it, and I took the cap off, and I'm saying something. It's not religious, so I think I'm like a witch doctor or a shaman or a exorcist person that does exorcists or collects demons or gets rid of bad things in houses. And I got this bottle, and I'm going, and I'm saying these fancy words. I don't know what the hell I'm saying. I'm saying these words, and I'm holding the bottle out like this, and I can see the thing coming at the bottle. And then it goes into the bottle, and I put the cap on it, and I think I got it. And then all of a sudden the plastic bottle squishes down, sucks into itself, and like to this big. And all there is a little white ball, a little white crushed bottle of a pop bottle, not a pop bottle, a 1 liter bottle, plastic bottle of Coke. That's what it looks like. That's what it looked like I had. And it had the lid on it. And it crushed. It went right in my hands. It crushed. And all there was a little bit of plastic and the screw top. And then I took it. I took the little crushed thing. And I walked out. I walked over to a fire that was going. I think it was outside. And I threw it in the fire. And that, I guess, and then I threw it in the fire, and then I woke up, and Christ said, they never did catch that demon, and they never saw it ever again. And he goes, they don't even know what it was. They have no, Christ said, no one knows what that thing was. And he goes, for whatever it did, whatever that entity was, it morphed the physical reality where it hit the cement. It demolecularized it. So Christ is really big on the illusion. He goes, it changed the illusion. Whatever it was, hit in the basement, changed the illusion of the basement, which means manipulated, warped, or demolecularized the cement reality. Then they went in and to catch it. They were thinking it was a demon, but it seemed to be trapped in the house. But when the guy caught it, he thought he caught it in a bottle, and he threw the bottle in the fire. It left the house, and they never seen it again. And there's been nothing ever recorded since that time of that specific thing. And no one knows. Christ doesn't know what it was. So that was 2 different little things. 2 different stories known by Christ. That's never been reported in public. And it's been, like, the first one's been covered up by the cops, by the government. They don't have a clue as to what it was. There was no footprints. There was no evidence of a human doing it. He said there was no, for the first story, there was no human evidence. There was just a chain, the body with all its guts, muscles, skin, gone. It took whatever it was, chained the person up real high on the pillar, tightened the chain, took all the meat off it, either before or after, took all the meat off the people, clothes and everything, and the only thing that was left was muscle tissue and, bones and like ligaments and muscle, connecting muscle tissue and shit like that on those 4 people. And there was no tracks, there was nothing. So whatever it was, grabbed these 4 people and took all their stuff off, the meat and everything. The second one, same thing. Christ doesn't even know what happened to the cement floor, and how he knows how it happened, how that stuff could happen. He does it himself, but it wasn't. They don't know. They knew. They caught, supposedly, I guess the priest caught the but the plastic represents fake reality in dream space. So when you dream of the plastic world and the plastic people and plastic stuff, you're dreaming of the fake world, not the natural world and all the natural forces. You're dreaming of what man created, an illusion within an illusion. That's plastic. That's what it means. It's sort of like Hollywood, where everything's just plastic, fake. Credit cards, fake money. Money's fake. Then they make credit cards, so it's plastic money, so it's like fake. So it's all bullshit anyway. But I don't know, in my mind, I'm thinking, why would it be a plastic? Why was I shown a plastic bottle? Did they actually use a plastic bottle? I think they would use something else other than a Coke plastic Coke 1 liter bottle or 2 liter bottle. Makes no sense. But whatever. I'm just telling you the story of what I experienced. But I was seeing through the two people in that last story. Anyway, guys, I should start making a video of what's happened to me the last 2 months. Oh man, you ain't gonna believe it. But these stories are so unique because you know how you're in a hallway, you dream in a hallway, and there's all these doors. Well, I went and opened the door and said unknown and extraterrestrial. So all the stories I get, I'm gonna make videos for them, and I'm gonna post them. I'm also going to explain what happened to me the last 2 months, but that's going to be a long video. I got to think it through again. So much happened. So guys, alright, it's almost been half an hour. I'm going to let you go, and I'll post this up. I'm out here. It's raining today in the graveyard. Yeah. Okay, see you later, guys.